it's gonna be
Man,
great.
you know who else can't wait? TJ Watt. TJ Watt said, I'm gonna sign this deal before Michael Parsons. I promise you that.
Mm.
He said, what's the deal? So, like Dave said in the intro, and if you now just joining us, make sure you hit that like button. But TJ Watt posted something, and posted something, these players, they like to post things on social media and then act like it never meant nothing. But then once it all concludes, they was like, yeah, I was alluding to that. It was like, we knew. You called us
Hmm.
crazy, but we knew this whole time. He
Yeah,
posted the
we
peace
saw.
sign. Yeah, and we were like, wait, you trying to leave? Because you ain't got no quarterback? Or you tired of Jeff? I'm joking. That's an inside joke if you understand where I'm going with that one. It's an inside joke. But Watt is entering the final season of his 4-year, $112 million deal. And after he posted that, a lot of people are starting to say, well, is TJ Watt wanting out? Is he trying to get an extension? Because he's seen what happened with Myles Garrett. He's seen what happened with Max Crosby. And now the pay scale has lifted. I hear you, Carl. But the question is, TJ Watt contract extension likely or unlikely? If TJ Watt played for the Dallas Cowboys, I would definitely wholeheartedly say it's likely, but it's not coming until after the draft, like Michael Parsons deal. Because he plays for the Steelers, honestly, I might say the Steelers might do the same thing. I think it's likely. I don't think it's likely that it's going to happen within the next 24 to 48 hours if I want to give it a time frame. But if you're looking at the impact that TJ Watt has had on his team and just with the Steelers and their loyalty to some of their players and how it looks, especially given what they went through with most of their wide receivers, you kind of gotta pay your 4-time all pro player, like 7-time Pro Bowler. Like this guy has been the focal point of your defense. He comes in, he's basically one of those guys. You give me my hard hat, I'm going to work, and then I'm gonna clock out, and that's just is what it is. You don't
Hmm.
really hear too much about TJ Watt, anything off the field. He's just gonna deliver. I think you gotta give a player like that what he's asking for. So I think it's likely.
Yeah, I think it's likely as well. I don't see a situation where the Steelers don't give TJ Watt a contract. I don't see it. Steelers don't look to me. I don't see the Steelers as a team giving up on their best defensive player. It doesn't look likely to me. Now, if you look on the flip side, they can get a lot for him. They can get a lot for him. They can get at least two firsts, maybe a first and 2 seconds. Who knows? They can get something for him. So if they don't want to give him a contract and they trade him, they can get a lot for him. But I think it's more likely that they give him a contract, especially when you got to look at the division going up against Joe Burrow. You're going to need a defense to be able to stop them from scoring because you couldn't do that at all last year. Then you look at the Ravens. You're going, who was that? No, I never mind. I know it's Heat Nation. It's, it's the Heat Nation. I keep forgetting that they call me Unc. So you
Hey
got
man, just
that.
because we over 25 don't mean we unks, man. I see where y'all going with that, man. But
Man, look, them kids in there like 17, 18 years old.
all right,
So
we old. Go ahead.
there you go.
Continue. Carry on.
They're like 17, 18. So but I don't see a situation where they don't give him a contract, knowing what you're going up against in that division. You got to deal with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow twice every single year. And you mean to tell me you're not going to prepare to have some kind of a defense on there? You need that. You need that. You need that defensive leadership to help counter what that the Ravens offense and what the Bengals offense is going to give you twice every single year, and sometimes even three because you might meet them in the playoffs. So
Well, they made the playoffs. They just can't win. You right.
you're right. You're right. You're right. I mean, someone else has mentioned that before, but but no, I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, they are still waiting on Aaron Rodgers, so who knows how that goes? And we know Aaron Rodgers is going to want a certain amount of money, so we got to deal with that. And they still have to go get a running back, so they still got to make sure they do that. But they can do that in the draft. Honestly, they don't have to worry about signing a free agent. They can go get a running back in the draft. Like Carl said, this is a draft. This is a heavy, heavy, heavy deep class for running backs this season. So they can draft someone. They could draft the quarterback in the first round because I think they're like 20th or 21st or something like that in the draft or 27. I can't remember. But
I'm about to bring it up. I just had it up. I don't know why I took it down. Steelers. Well, they wasn't that good. So hold up now. Do they even have? Oh, they 21.
yeah, I figured. So no, I'm not a Steelers fan. Um, I don't see them doing anything. I don't see them not giving him a contract. They're not on the same table as far as the contract as the numbers with the contract situation right now. So that's one of the biggest reasons why he's been, he put that peace sign up because he's basically like, man, if you don't want me, I can be up out of here. So I'm good. No, I'm not 305. I'm not from Miami. I'm not from Florida. I'm not
They
from
don't know
Florida.
your sports teams is all over. So
They
he trying to get
don't.
a gauge. He trying to get a gauge.
I have two teams in Florida. That is it. That is Miami
Oh, the
Heat
U. Yeah.
and the U. That's it.
So let me ask you this though, Dave. You said if you are the Steelers, right? Let's put our GM hats on for a second. If you're the Steelers, and let's say I'm the Patriots, and I'm calling. I say I give you a next year first round pick and 2 second round picks for TJ.
TJ is getting older,
Remember, I'm the Pats.
and he's been injury prone, kind of, sort of. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I'd probably keep him. I would keep
Okay.
him.
Okay.
I would keep him. I mean, it's TJ Watt. You gotta give me a first 2 seconds and some players to go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Next year's
yeah,
first.
that too. I need that. I need that first for this year.
Hey,
I don't want. I don't
hey,
want that.
Carl. What you doing? What you doing? We having on air. We role playing, Carl. What you doing? You ain't talking some this
Yeah,
year. That's why I said next year.
yeah.
I'm trying to still get my wide receiver, maybe my quarterback here, and then if I can
Mm,
get TJ,
nah, no
with
style, bro.
variable, we can make some
We
things
need.
shape.
I need that high draft pick because that high draft pick is still a possibility that I can draft Abdul Carter or draft my quarterback for the future.
All
So
right. So let's do this then. Because we got some time. It's just us. Let's do this. So the first pick we say is gonna be Cam, right? Second pick, let's say Cleveland takes Travis Hunter.
mhm.
I'm the Giants. I'm calling. I need a pass rusher because 9 times out of 10, they probably won't take Shador. They're like, we get another pass rusher over here, we can make some things shake. I call. I use this year's third, but I need your first round pick from this year and TJ.
Heck no.
I just want to
Heck
see if you
no.
I just want to see if
This
you were
year's
still
third.
listening.
This year's third. My first and TJ. No. Heck no. Heck
All
no.
right, this year's third.
I hang the phone up on them if they ask that.
Carl, I'm not bringing up your comments no more. All right, so look, I'm gonna get this deal done for the Giants. So one more thing, one more. I'm gonna throw out one more. I give you this year's third, next year's first, and maybe a third rounder. You give me this year's first and TJ.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not taking anything less than the third overall pick. Is that what you mean by third?
Yeah, this year's third. I'm giving you
Oh
my
well.
first round pick from this year. I give you next year's first, maybe a fourth round pick. You give me TJ and your 21st pick.
Mm, that could be a fair trade. That could be a fair trade. Honestly, I could see that working out. Um,
Brian Burns might get traded, Carl. I don't know if you and Kayvon. I don't know if you've been listening. The Giants, they don't be treating their pass rushers right. But go ahead.
oh yeah, that's kind of true. But yeah, I could probably do that. That might work because I could draft, like I said, at three, I could draft Abdul Carter right there.
Say Carter, boom. And
Yep,
now if
that's my replacement.
you the Steelers, you back at 21, you got TJ off the books. Let's say you still got a quarterback that falls. Let's say Dart, he probably don't fall that far, but if Dart falls, now you got your quarterback, you got cap space, and you can make some things shake. So it's so many ways that this you could play this game. I'm not saying
Mhm.
they would trade him, but once you threw out the idea, I was like, let's just play this game right quick.
Yeah, I don't think they trade him, but if they do, that's not a bad package for TJ Watt. I'll be honest, it's not a bad package.
So Carter might fall though, because I
He
hear
not
you on the.
he not
I
gonna
hear you on the
fall.
injury.
He
Yeah, I
not
hear you on
falling
the
outside.
injuries, but
He not falling outside of the top 5. I can
yeah, nah.
guarantee you that right now. He ain't falling that far.
And hear me good. If a dude Carter falls anything outside of 5, watch how we make calls. Because anything outside of 5, how we gonna find a way to jump up and get him?
If he fall out of 5, he not going past 6. The Raiders are not going to let him go.
It depends on
You
who
gonna have
goes.
him and Max Crosby?
It depends on who goes. What if him and Shador fall? Just saying.
I mean, but
I can't wait to tune in for this draft night. I'm just saying, it's so much that can happen.
If that happens, but even if that happens, that the Raiders can do whatever they want at that point, because they can draft Shador or draft Abdul Carter, but that also means that them giving Geno that contract was pointless.
Yeah, and actually, no, the Patriots, they're gonna take one of them. The Patriots not gonna let that happen. Yeah, you're right.
No.
Yeah, Jacksonville is the wild card. If Jacksonville was before either way, the Patriots not letting that happen.
No.
Yeah. No. Well, speaking of trades, that's why I threw that out there. I had to talk about some trades right quick, because this trade right here shook the world. We never thought this would happen.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.